Tom Clark's Main Event is a Boink Studios production. And now, on with the show.
This is Daddy's show. Step off.
Hey, what is up? Welcome back to the program, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tom Clark, and this right here is Tom Clark's Main Event. What's up, kids? Welcome back to the program. Tom Clark here live and in living color as always. It is episode 229. We're 29 weeks removed from the anniversary celebration of our 200th episode. I got it all out and didn't flub a word. Isn't that impressive? We took last week off. Why? Because we had HVW Proving Ground last Saturday, June 5, 2021. Did you check out the show? I was going to call it my show. It's not just my show. Did you check out my show? We had killer fun. The video is a little the audio is a little but the matches are freaking great. So if you get the opportunity, please go check it out. I put the link up all over my social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It's all over the place. So if you will, please go watch the show and let me know what you think. It would be greatly appreciated. It would mean loads to me, and it doesn't take a whole lot of time out of your day. That'd be awesome of you. Please and thank you. Let's get to the big freaking show today. But first, before we do, Sandy in Germany. I can always count on you, my friend. Guten Tag to you, my good sir. Hope you're having a great day. Ray Dean, Adam Cole fan in the house, baby. Elvis Martinez, how are you, my friend? Carlos Martinez, what's going on? Shannon, how are you today? Can I do this? Nope, I can't. I was trying something new. Christopher Sims, what's up, my friend? Sugar Shane Odom in the house. Jumpin' Jeff Sharma, how are you? Elvis isn't the first American in here. That's funny. That's really good. I love that. Miss Lopez is joining us again today. How are you? Cameron says, Mr. Tom, grimy Cam here. How are you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Double V, Victor Vasquez. How you doing, my friend? Yes, sir, Elvis. Today marks 6 years that we lost the dream. Rest easy, dream. Everyone say hello to the boy. Would you come down here?
Too tall.
Come down.
Too tall.
Too tall.
My foot hurts.
Why does you always come in here with complaints of physical ailments? You sound just like your mother.
It hurts.
Okay. Anyway, and he's gone. Just that quick. Who else we got here? Alma, how are you? Yes, ma'am. A lot to get to today. A lot to talk about. Where'd you go, Eric Jackson? I missed you, my friend. I missed you. It's all good. Sorry, I'm trying to get caught up here. Wu-Tang for life. You know that's right. Dave, doing well. Brendan, hope you're doing well. What's up, Reg? Going all right with you? Everything going good? Shane, we're not going to address your comment about whether or not HVW is snake bit. The answer is no. No. I reject your reality and substitute my own. Eric Jackson in the house. Everyone say hello to Mr. Jackson. It's Russell. Mr. Jackson, if you're nasty. Everybody, Gary Benfield, owner, promoter of HVW. No, we're not snake bit. Things happen. Dumb people do dumb stuff. Irresponsible people do irresponsible stuff. And when those things happen, other people get screwed, which is what happened to High Velocity Wrestling. However, we're not done. The horse is a fine horse. It's a lovely specimen of a horse. We're going to dust ourselves off, get back up on that horse, and ride to glory. That's what we're doing. Elvis, I have acknowledged you, my friend. How are you? Let's see. Cameron says, my prediction about Christian almost came true. They almost let him go coast to coast. Absolutely, Cam. I thought about you the whole time I watched that event. I really did think they were going to go that way as well. Will says, good afternoon, sir. Back to Friday routine. Yes. Well, you know, life happens, Will. I don't know what to tell you. Life happens. And when life happens, I've got to take a week off. I took a week off last week, but I'm back to the grind again this week. Back to doing what I love. I love hanging out with you good people out there. It's cold in here, which is not exactly a problem because it's a hot freaking time of year. But if you know me, you know I stay cold. Gary will attest to that. I stay cold. That's the truth. But it's all good because I got my coffee. I'm sporting a different mug this week, kids. I shall sip. Kind of forever. There you go. Ryan says I was looking at the Raw roster after Drew, who would be in line for title shot. No one looks good to me. Really, it can't be Randy. Yeah, it's a mess, dude. Don't get me started on Raw. There's a lot to talk about. Yeah, man, Gary, same here, my friend. Well, you know me, I was cold before when I had the weight on. Remember that night at the training facility? Yikes. Freezing to death. I can't take sub-zero temps. I can take hot. It's all good. All right, now that we've got our hellos out the way, let's get the ticker ticking. There it is. So, everyone here, please hit the heart and thumbs up button. A combination of both would be very pleasing to the eye. I'm going to go ahead and tell you kids that I was heavily inspired by Troy Grant of the Untitled Wrestling Podcast. Everyone, please go follow Troy. He's a great guy, great people. So go check him out. James Luft as well. The Untitled Wrestling Podcast is a lot of fun. They're going to do their own online store. I sent it out on Facebook this week and asked how many of you folks would be down to buy a t-shirt, perhaps a coffee mug or a travel mug or a magnet or two. I'm working on my own online store, not just for the main event, but for the 6M podcast as well. And the HVW podcast, we might throw that in there as well. Gary reminded me to talk to you about it. We might throw that in there as well. And also, I am going to start work on a brand new podcast. I know what you're thinking. That's 4. Guess what? I love it. So it's going to be different than anything I'm doing because when I do a show, I want to do something different. So yeah, it's not going to be pro wrestling. It's going to be life. It's going to be like a life cast. It's Tom Clark's life cast. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to call it that. I've got a name in mind. It's already been done. So I don't want to rip anybody off. I'm going to have to work on the name. It is what it is. So yeah, you guys keep your eyes open for that. It will not be a live pod. It will be, recorded as the 6M is, and it will probably be just me, but I haven't decided yet. And it's going to be an opportunity for me to rant on a lot of other stuff besides entertainment. And it may not be for people who disagree with my opinions. But guess what? I'm all about putting myself out into the world and putting my voice out there. That's what I'm doing. Whether or not people will agree is entirely up to them. How's my hair? Is it on point? Hopefully it's on point. JD, what's up, my friend? Jeff, I hope you feel that way when the store opens and you buy a tea or 9. That would be awesome of you. There you go. Robbie, how you doing, my friend? Thank you for hanging out. Linda says, good morning, my friend. Are you excited to see Eva on Monday? I'm beside myself. Listen, I'll say the same thing I said about her a month ago, 2 months ago, whatever it's been now. Maybe she will surprise me. I am holding out my exact opinion to wait and see what she does or doesn't do this coming Monday night. Having said that, I've basically given up on Monday Night Raw. I'm just saying, hard to watch. It's been too hard to watch for way too long. Elvis is no longer one of my favorite fans. He is bringing up the gray. Elvis, that puts you in a corner. How dare you? I'm going to sip my coffee and just think about the many different ways I want to cause you pain and agony, Elvis. This is for you. This is about time for Sandy to pop up and say, I look 18. I'm counting on you, Sandy. Don't let me down. All right, we got a great big freaking show to get to. Let's get into it. Let's hit some headlines today. Shingo Takagi is your new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. Now, I watched the match. Him and Okada brought it because it's what they do. Shingo's excellent in the ring. I don't think there's ever been any question about that. Okada is the freaking man, period. End of story. Okada's still the best in the world. You can have your favorites. It's perfectly fine. It's okay to be wrong. Okada's best in the world. Sorry. Uh, but they had an excellent match. It was everything I thought it would be. Was it match of the year? I don't know. That's up to your opinion. As we've always said here, kids, this business is all subjective. Whatever you think is the truth to you. There's a lot of gray to that, right? For all of us, it is what it is. I don't get too wrapped up in that stuff. Was it a match of the year candidate to me? Maybe. I really enjoyed it. That's really all I care about. Was it an excellent match? Yes, it was. If you've not seen it, go out of your way to watch Shingo Takagi versus Kazuchika Okada for what is being called the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Now, a lot of people got a lot of opinions on that new title. It's ugly, Tom. It sucks. Well, I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's not ruining my day. It's not really ruining my day, if I'm being straight. It's okay. Do I like the fact that they've possibly let go of the lineage of the original IWGP Championship? Yeah, that kind of sucks. That really kind of sucks. I mean, why would you start over? Why would you hit the reset button on one of the most prestigious titles in the industry, in my opinion? Why in the world would you do that? That makes no sense at all. So I disagree with that. I've always said for 2 years straight, maybe more now, whatever it's been, that I trust Gato's booking, because Gato, of all the bookers in the business today, has let me down personally the least amount of times. Does that mean I'm happy with this? No, not necessarily. Does it mean I hate it? No, not necessarily. I'm just kind of waiting to see how this all plays out. He has earned my respect, and he has earned the opportunity for me to wait and see how it goes, which is not something I can say of every company out there. What did you guys think of Shingo winning the title? Toby says Shingo winning was a pleasant surprise. I agree with that. I don't know that I saw that coming. Elvis says 18 times 3. Jesus, do you think I'm like, what is that? 54 years old? Is that what you think I am? God, Elvis, I'm going to tell you right now, brother, you and I are about to have nothing to say to each other. 54? Do I look fit? Listen, be honest. Do I look fit? What? Good heavens. Toby says, I'm starting to think Okada could put on a 5-star match with a mannequin. He could. God, I don't want to see it. Elvis says, I look 42. You're doing better, but you're not quite there. You're doing better. You're not quite there. Ray says, I look 13. Oh, I've got that Benjamin Button disease. That's what I have. That's what I have. I'm getting obsessed with time. I've been obsessed with time for a long time. Isn't that, God, Will, you're about to end up in the corner as well. Get off this. Everybody get off this. I'll get off it if you do. I'll try. Yeah, I enjoyed this match. I still enjoy New Japan. I'm happy for Shingo. I'm happy for him. He's worked hard. What is it said? 18 years to get to this point. I'm happy for the guy. He's insanely good. Any company on the planet would be thrilled to have Shingo Takagi in the locker room. He's a credit to that company, and he's an example of what happens when a guy comes up through the system. And yeah, man, he's great. I love him. Is he Okada level? You can debate that if you want to, and if you believe he is, good on you. I don't know that I would agree with you. However, he is very, very good. I'm not having any heartburn over the fact that he has the title. I in fact, I'm with it. It's different. It's different. And if you're going to give the guy the belt, people talk about, well, Tom, it's a pandemic, coming out of the pandemic. Why wouldn't you put it on Okada? I get all that. I'm not going to say I disagree with that. However, I love Shingo. Who's better than him or the rank? All right, Reggie, in my opinion, Okada's best in the world. That's how I feel. Kids, let's move on to some WWE news, shall we? WWE SummerSlam is in Las Vegas, Sin City itself, Saturday, August 21st. So, what are we thinking about this? Bringing back the live crowds, being back in front of fans. And I don't know what point we get. I mean, they're going to go back on the road with Raw and SmackDown, right? So we'll see what that looks like. Yours truly got tickets to see AEW Dynamite coming back to Charlotte, the Bojangles Coliseum, Wednesday, July 28th. There you go. Can't wait for that. Gary and I will be going with my son, so that'll be fun. Should be a good Dynamite. Haven't been to Dynamite since 2019, I guess it was. Yeah, dude. So we'll see. No, I didn't get a ticket for WWE, Carlos. I got to be honest with you, man. It's going to take a little bit of work to get me to a WWE show. It's going to have to be an event, like not a Raw or a SmackDown, dude, if I'm being straight. It's just hard to go. It's hard to go to the WWE event. A WWE crowd is not the same as an AEW crowd. It's not the same as a New Japan crowd. It's not the same as a Ring of Honor crowd. It's a different animal. The WWE crowd wants to get on camera. They want to be funny. They try to be characters. They chant dumb stuff during matches that it doesn't fit. They want to be part of the show. And like, not that any other crowd you could get that you could be in doesn't, but the crowds I've been in that are non-WWE crowds it's just not the same thing from my own personal experience. Now, you may have different experience if you do go with God, don't care. Perfectly fine. But from where I'm sitting, I've never really had that experience in any other kind of event or any other pro wrestling company other than WWE. I agree, Will. SmackDown, I'm sure, is still worth going to. Shannon says it's going to look awesome in that new stadium. Looking forward to seeing full crowds. I agree. The fact that, we had an HVW in front of our crowd on this past Saturday night was so cool, and having a building full of fans again was awesome. It was as if we never skipped a beat. So, being back in that atmosphere, it's electric. The fans were up from the first match to the last match, and that's the truth, man. They were down for everything that we did. It's so cool as someone that's behind the curtain to see things play out in front of you that, things that were talked about ahead of time. You know what I mean? Matches that you put together and things like that. I mean, Gary will tell you, it's nothing's quite as satisfying. And for me, anyway, I can't speak for everybody that's involved in the business, but I love it to see things come together like that. It's just, to me, it's the best ever. I really enjoy it. I can't say I'm no longer a fan of WWE. I'm not really a fan of companies. If I'm being straight, I'm a fan of the talents. I enjoy watching the talents excel. That company's letting go of a whole lot of people, and it's like they're cleaning house and they're clearing financial cap space, to use an NBA term or NFL, whatever, because they're getting ready for something. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm a fan of pro wrestling. That's what I'm a fan of. And if a company's doing some good pro wrestling, I'll tune in. If a company does 20 mic spots in 2 hours, I'm just, if a company's doing a grown woman acting like she's 12-year-old with pigtails and a swing, mentally using voodoo to stop someone from moving or hurting them physically without touching them, I'm out. You ruin it for me. It's not pro wrestling. And if some people love it, guess what? It's perfectly fine. If that's your bag, go with God. It's not my bag, which is why I've stopped with Raw. I've just stopped, baby. If you love it, be fun. Have fun. Watch what you want to watch. Watch what you enjoy. Watch what makes you happy, because I'm going to do the same thing. So, yeah, there's rumors, Gary, about it being sold to NBC. Their link to NBC has been there for a long time, and I totally get that. So we shall see what goes down. We'll see. What else we got going on? Here's something to talk about. By the way, hit that heart button and that thumbs up for me. Could you guys do that, please? And thank you. Anyone that's not done it would be greatly appreciated. It's only just so I can see numbers go up. It kind of makes me happy. I don't get a cut of that, by the way. I get this coffee. I mean, my kid made this one for me. My son makes a good cup of coffee. I'm just saying. Yeah, hit those buttons, kids, if you will. I appreciate it. Well, see, I love to watch things tick up. I don't know why. I'm a fiend for the buttons. No pun intended. Let's talk about the game's comments. This is interesting. Yeah, he was on a call this week, and man, let me just tell you right now, The game says some things, man. He said some stuff. I wouldn't recommend it. Matt is new here. Everyone welcome Matt to the show. Matt, what's up? Tom Clark here. Tom Clark's Main Event. Been doing my show since 2014. I contribute occasionally to Wrestling Rumors. I also contribute to Geek Vibes Nation occasionally. Mostly podcasts these days. I'm in the business myself here in North Carolina. Love pro wrestling. If you're a fan, you're in the right place. We talk about all sorts of stuff here. We try to keep a level-headed conversation. I keep it clean. I keep it PG. And we try to speak respectfully to each other as fans and what have you. So welcome to the show. Hope you hang out for a while. Let me know what you think as we're talking. Yeah, everybody welcome Matt. Yes, sir, Matt. Hey, Matt, I appreciate you, man. Tell your friends. If you've got friends that are pro wrestling fans, if they never watch the show, please invite them. Share the link. Everybody right now, if you could do a solid for me, I'd appreciate it. Share the link. It would be awesome of you. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you much. Please and thank you. Matt says from Long Island. Went to school with Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona, played by. Oh, man, that's awesome, dude. What a great story, man. All right, let's talk about this. Let's throw some quotes out. Uh-oh. Tom about to quote the game. Guess what? Time to play the game. This is directly from Diva Dirt, so I'm going to source my stuff here. During this discussion, he responded to Inside the Ropes Gary Cassidy when he was questioned about Mickie James' comments about wanting the best women's wrestlers to appear at NWA regardless of contractual status. We'll get to the NWA All-Women's show here in a scoosh, by the way, in case you hadn't heard about it. He was further asked if any from WWE would be allowed to participate or if they had any plans for their own all-women's events. Triple H said, and I quote, "Haven't we already done them? It's a funny thing to me. Equality is equality. Equality is not, I want my own show. Equality is not, we have to have our own program. If I told you that I was making an all-men's program and didn't want women on it, it would be criticized." Okay. There's some stuff to unpack. This idea of, look, if this were all men, you'd have a problem with that, wouldn't you? What? How far is that from saying, what do you mean we don't have enough? What do you mean I don't hire enough black guys? You see what I'm saying? What do you mean I don't hire enough women? Don't you think if I was doing the other, you'd... Yikes. Now, here's the deal. If I'm going to give this guy the benefit of the doubt and assume that he didn't mean it the way it kind of sounds, cool. Let's do that. But how does he mean it? Here's a fact. Phil Lindsay and I did an episode of the 6M podcast last night. We talked about NXT. I don't know when I'm going to release it. Stay tuned. Okay. But listen, kids, any of you out there, listen, I want you to pull close. This is important. This is one of those moments when I tell everybody to really pay attention and to really listen. Really listen. Matt, this includes you too, my friend. Thanks for tuning in for the first time. Again, kids, share the stream. Here's what I'm getting ready to tell you. Get ready for this. For any of you out there who believed that Triple H was going to take over for the old man, Vince McMahon, if and when the time comes that Vince decides to step away, which may never happen, okay? All right. For any of you who believed, well, when Triple H gets his hands on this sucker, look out! Oh! You're wrong. You're dead wrong. For everyone that thought that Triple H was going to revitalize this and that NXT is his resume to take over WWE, the entire monstrous empire from the ground up, Tom, he's going to change things. He's going to revitalize it. He's going to take it to great heights. You're wrong. Okay? He's not. Triple H has a corporate position in a publicly traded billion-dollar company. What makes you think he's going to rock that boat if, emphasis on the word if, it's a big word, 2 letters, if he were to get that spot? What made any of us think? Because we have wishful thinking? Guess what? I was guilty of it too. I, at one point, said the same thing a lot of us did. Maybe a lot of you did. You know what? If Hunter ends up in this thing, it might be cool. They could be all right. He's not going to be all right. And if you need proof, listen to those comments. Listen to the comments, kids. I continue, quote, I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I think it's funny when people go, I want the best in the world, regardless of contractual status. Notice he didn't mention Mickey by name. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more, say no more. From a business standpoint, why do we have contractual status? It doesn't make any sense. If you want to wrestle the best women in the world, come to WWE. That's where they are. If you want to go somewhere else and say that they are, that's an opinion and you can. I'm all for it and one of the biggest drivers of it. More stuff to unpack. On one hand, he says, if you want to wrestle the best women in the world, you come to WWE. That's where they are. And he stops. And then he says, if you want to go elsewhere and say that they are, that's an opinion and you can. He didn't say his point of view is an opinion. He said the best are here. Okay. So, yikes. Phil's not on the show today, but I'm going to share this because Phil grabbed hold of this sucker. And it's good with me because Phil has very valid opinions and everybody here loves and respects Phil, and you should. By the way, go follow Phil Lindsay on the Twitter. Okay. Please and thank you. He's awesome. Check out Phil's comment on this. Here's his tweet from last night. This popped up. This happened during our recording of the NXT episode of the 6M podcast. No offense to Triple H, but maybe a straight white man shouldn't be the one telling us what women want or what equality looks like. Just the thought. And boom goes the dynamite. Okay. If that doesn't blow up, oh my God. Guess what? Totally blew up. Mushroom cloud, Armageddon. The planes have been cleared. All right. Everything's turned to dust. Talk about a pipe bomb. Forget that's an A bomb right there. That's the H bomb, baby. What Phil just dropped. And listen, you don't got to agree. You don't got to agree with Phil. Okay. But Phil's got a point. How many more times are we going to listen to the white guy tell us what equality is? Now, look, to be fair to Trips, everyone calls him Trips. Tom, let's call him Trips. To be fair to him, he was asked a question and put on the spot. He answered the way he knew to answer. If he could rewind, would he have answered it differently? You'd have to ask him. I couldn't tell you that. I would think, seeing how many people reacted negatively to this, which, by the way, a lot of women who don't work for that company have reacted negatively to this. Whew, you would think he would want to rewind and say, I could have said that better. He's human. He's only human. I'm not here to bash him, okay? I'm not here to, that's not my job, is to bash Triple H. I'm not here to bash WWE. I'm not, and I won't. But all I'm saying to you is, guess what? Maybe he kind of said things a little awkwardly. Maybe if he could take it back, maybe he shouldn't have said it that way. I personally believe that Phil has an excellent point. I'm sorry, how I feel. Whole bunch of people have grabbed hold of this comment, man. They're running with it. Let's get one more quote in here, and then we'll talk about some of the response. We'll move on. Again, and I quote, will we do another all-women's event down the line? Possibly, but it's not a must-have at the moment. I think we do an amazing job of displaying our female athletes. Does this count the girl trying to act like a 12-year-old in the swing with the black makeup under her eyes, using voodoo, crazy supernatural magic to get someone like Shayna Baszler to stop walking or to physically be in pain because it's voodoo? Is that what we do? Is that the best use of the women's division on the red brand? Hey, look, he might say, yeah, Tom, you don't know what you're talking about. First of all, he's not going to say my name because I'm a nobody, and that's fine. I have a segment of people who like me. It's okay. It doesn't have to be millions of people. It's fine. Fact is, it's just a question. Is that the best use of their women's division? I'll leave it up to you. What do you think? I continue. Is it perfect? No. Will it always be in flux? Yes. But we do a pretty good job. In my opinion, the best female performers in the world are in WWE. He rectified it. Good on him. In my opinion, the best female performers in the world are in WWE. And if they are not, they want to be. Even when he brings it home, he ends it with, oh, God, maybe you shouldn't have said that. Thunder Rosa, we all know Thunder Rosa has replied, the best female wrestlers are not located in one company, not even in one country. They are spread over many companies and many countries, talented women across the globe. Yeah. Folks, I'm sorry, but she's got a point. I don't, yeah, yikes. It's messed up. It's messed up. Shannon, I feel like we're slowly going back to the Divas division. 2-minute matches. It's like Ronda and Becky left and they just don't care anymore. Read that. Everybody read that. Read it. Read it and hate it because it's the truth. And it's the truth. So help me. It's the truth. We talked about this on the NXT episode last night of the 6M podcast. It's like they're trying to bring back the Divas division. I'm saying you got Scarlett, right? You've got Frankie Monet. What? Certain body parts are just popping out the clothes. I'm a diva. What? Why are we using that word again? What? What in the world did Becky and Charlotte and Sasha and Bayley do to get us back to this? What was the point of all that? Because a lot of people happen to think that the Women's Evolution pay-per-view was nothing but a deflection from the Saudi Arabia stuff. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Tune into WWE's latest pay-per-view from Saudi Arabia. WWE Blood Money. Kevin says, no, I was disappointed when they didn't have the Women's Royal Rumble this year, but I have to admit that having Alexa Bliss come back to wrestle picked a good opponent with Shayna. Kevin, I'll ask you, are you a fan of this voodoo, witchcraft, hoo-ha, fiend stuff she's doing? The black magic crap? Are you a fan of this? You can be honest. I'm not going to lambaste you for it. I'm genuinely curious if you like it or not. Toby says the fact they keep pushing Nia shows me they have no clue about women's wrestling. James says, how do I know what, James? That the Women's Evolution pay-per-view was to deflect from Saudi Arabia? It's what I think. It's what I think. How do you know it wasn't? I'll throw it back to you. Robbie says AEW has way better women's division. WWE's women's division ranks second. Robbie believes, opposite of what Triple H thinks. Is Robbie wrong and Hunter's right? Or is Hunter right and Robbie's wrong? Do we take Hunter's word for it because he's a former world champion and as where he is in the business right now? And do we just dismiss Robbie and say he's a mark? Or do we say Robbie's got a legitimate point? Listen, that's for you to decide, not me. I'm just throwing it out there to you. You guys discuss it. What do you think? James says, sorry, I was asking about Braun Panties match. Oh, good Lord. I've missed a conversation somewhere. It's all good. Matt says, I do think it's kind of stupid, but I'm a huge fan of Alexa Bliss. I understand they wanted to do kind of like a Sister Abigail kind of story, but it doesn't really work well without the Fiend. In my opinion, it's not working at all. Tammy says you're using Alexa all wrong. That's all I had to say. A lot of people are feeling this way. Some people may love it. Kevin says, no, I think it's kind of stupid how they use Alexa that way. I've been waiting for her to wrestle again. A lot of people, Kevin, are agreeing with you, for sure. There you go. There's your Triple H stuff for this week, kids. Yikes. Doesn't talk a whole lot, but when he does, wow. Let's talk about NWA Empower, which I thought was going to be NWA Empower, like empowering women. How is it not empower? One word, NWA Empower, empowering women. Isn't that? I looked it up and it's like, no, he said empower. NWA back to St. Louis for a 2-night event. The first night, NWA in Power, all women's event. Night 2, NWA 73. It's like we were just at NWA 70. No, I was at the Crockett Cup. My apologies. I watched NWA 70. This has some technical production issues, but it was still a good show. I love it. I love this. I love that Billy Corgan is giving back and is doing and is setting himself apart by this one announcement. He set the pro wrestling world up, lit it up, baby, lit it up. You kidding me? Yikes. You know, and we've said this, and listen, if you have not listened to the Chris Jericho edition podcast with Billy Corgan, you need to go check it out. I'm not going to endorse Jericho's pod because there's a lot of weird stuff on there. And politically, I don't agree with Chris. However, it's okay. We can agree to disagree. It is what it is. But the interview he did with Corgan is top notch. And I love Corgan, man. He's so well spoken. He's such a smart dude. You need to go check him out. Anytime he's on someone's schedule for a podcast interview, which, by the way, I would love to talk to Billy Corgan, man. I'd love to try to get that set up. That'd be great. The release is last week, Jeff. In this guy's opinion, I think they're clearing the decks and they're clearing payroll for something big. Aleister Black getting released was hooey. Which, by the way, Tommy End has now appeared on Renee Paquette's podcast, Oral Sessions. This guy's not mad at all. He's perfectly fine. He's very zen. That's okay. It doesn't have to be a shoot interview. It's all good with me. I didn't tune in for that. I just tuned in to see what he had to say. So if you want to hear a guy that's got no grudge and no axe to grind, that's your podcast. There you go. Carla says they're probably taking their time with Alexa because she has the concussion issues. Yeah, but they use this of all the stuff. James, about WWE, I don't know if they're going to sell the company. That's what's going around, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll probably be the last ones to know. Toby says they totally dropped the ball on the Fiend. Instead of learning, they decided to try it with Alexa. Yeah, it is. Sandy says, I'm eating dinner now. Boy, Sandy's just in and out, man. Sandy, come back when you can stay longer. Thanks for watching, Sandy. I appreciate it. Sandy, you going to buy a t-shirt when I put the store online? You going to buy a tee? I hope you do. I may even give one away here on the show. How's about that? How's about that, baby? Bam! Gotta love it. All right. Looking forward to this. Definitely going to check out the NWA shows. I encourage everyone out there to check it out. NWA's got an historic brand. It's going to be really fun. Can't wait for this event. It's going to be cool to watch. Couple more news and notes. We're going to get to the NXT In Your House preview. How's that sound? Mako Satomura wins the NXT UK Women's title from Kaylee Ray, excuse me. What you guys think of this match? I have yet to watch it. I've seen clips. I've heard it's very good. It's a headline I want to throw up there. We don't talk about NXT UK enough, to be honest with you. And I don't know if I saw her losing, but Satomura looks good. And I mean, if you're going to put her in a title match, she pretty much is going to go over. You know what I mean? So what did you guys think about this? Who's watched it? Who enjoyed it? Let me know. Let me know in the comments below. Mook, hey kids. Where'd you go? Thank you, Toby. Everyone welcome Mook. Mook is a part of the High Velocity Wrestling roster. Everyone say hello to Mook. Mook's a good guy. Yeah, this is not exactly an HVW podcast, so Mook is free to be himself or free to be whoever he wants to be, just so he knows. Mook is a quality human being, and I knew that from a 5-minute conversation I had with the guy, but he's just very down to earth, very cool, nice guy, and very good in the ring. If you've not checked it out, man, Mook versus Jake Jacobs from HVW Proving Ground this past Saturday night is money. It's a quality match. He and Jake had more connection and more chemistry than I maybe thought they would have. Not that I think they wouldn't, but I thought they tore it down. And hopefully hopefully he's happy with it because he should be. Jamel, no worries, man. Thanks for hanging out, my friend. I appreciate you. We still got a long show to go here, man. No worries. There we go. People saying hi to Mook, making him feel welcome. The BTSG, baby. In the house. Thanks, man. I appreciate you hanging out for a scoosh. Tina, everybody, go check out Peaches and Power Bombs a fantastic all-women's pro wrestling podcast. They've been doing the all-women's stuff before this NWA stuff happened, okay? All right, so shut up. Yeah, go check out the show. Everybody go check it out. All right, so let's move on. This coming Saturday night, Impact Wrestling Against All Odds. Kenny Omega versus Mook for the Impact World Heavyweight Championship. What do you guys think about this? Are you looking forward to the show? We don't necessarily have to do a we don't necessarily have to do like a big preview, but we'll run down the matches real quick since we're bringing it up. Let's see. The card includes a street fight featuring Sammy Callahan and Sammy Callahan and Tommy Dreamer versus the Good Brothers. Good Brothers. Too sweet me, bro. Jordan Grace versus Tennille Dashwood. Fire and Flavor, Kara Hogan and Tasha Steeles. Excuse me, I said Sleaze. My apologies. That's a horrible thing to say. Is it obvious I don't watch Impact that much? My sincere apologies. That sounded terrible. Versus Kimberly and Susan. Tag team match for the Impact Knockouts Tag Team Championships. Petey Williams versus Trey Miguel versus Ace Austin versus Chris Bay versus Raju. 5-way match to determine the number one contender for the Impact X Division Championship. Violent by Design. Let's see. Versus Decay. Tag team match for the Impact World Tag Team Championships. Deonna Purrazzo, quite possibly the best female wrestler in the industry right now, versus Rosemary. Singles match for the Impact Knockouts Championship. Satoshi Kojima with Eddie Edwards versus Joe Deering with Eric Young. Singles match. Love me some Kojima. You kidding? Can't wait to I might even check that out. That's probably gonna be good. And then, of course, your World Championship main event, Kenny Omega versus Moose. Who you got in that match? I mean, I think he's going to retain. I think he's going to retain. Yes, ma'am. All day. You're welcome. Jamel says, wonder if Omega will drop the title. If he drops the title, Jamel, I would submit, what's all this been for? I kind of get where you're coming from. But it's almost like, we'll see. Alma says, she's got a big one, kids. I hate to see some of the women's wrestlers today not being used properly. Bad storylines, pioneers of women's wrestling, like Susan Green, Mickey James, Beverly Shade, Tigress Lords. They will tell it like it is. Triple H forgot to ask these women legends of women's wrestling. If he had, he would chosen his words carefully. I respect all legends in the sport. They deserve the respect, all the respect you can give them. They put their lives on the line every time they walk in to the ring. Brian says, I'm a huge fan of Impact. What's your thoughts on Jordan Grace? Big fan of hers. Okay. You asked, I'll answer. Listen, I watched the back and forth between her and Cornette, and that's a whole other pod for a whole other time. I used to listen to Cornette's pod all the time. I grew up an NWA guy. I'm still a Jim Crockett guy. I always will be. I live in Flair country, Crockett country. How can I not be? That's my wrestling. That's my era of the business. Okay. But I don't agree with everything Jim says, and I let his pod go a long time ago because I'm not going to sit there and listen to someone wishing death upon someone else, and he means it. This is not just a character. People talk about, oh, Tom, it's a work. Come on, shut up. Shut up with that. He wishes death on people. To do it one time is too much, but to do it multiple times, come on, shut up. I don't want to put that negativity in my head all the time. I'm not going to. Never going to happen. So not anymore. So, when he went after her and she went back after him and it was silly and goofball and dumb, I agreed with a couple of things he said because I'm like, why is she putting her real name on her? Who is she? Is she Jordan Grace or is she her real? Who is she exactly? Do you know what I mean? That part doesn't bug me too much, but like, I don't know the way she carries herself. I don't know. I think she can work in the ring. I don't have a problem with her working the ring. However, if you're sitting here asking me, Tom, are you a Jordan Grace fan? That's just me being honest. Again, kids, it's all subjective. It's all subjective. I don't have to like anybody. You don't have to hate anybody, right? It's entirely up to you. I don't know what I'm looking at. Am I looking at a bodybuilder? Am I looking at someone that wants to take this and segue into something else? Am I looking at somebody that, is she serious? I mean, the fact is, yes, she's putting the work in, but there's a whole lot of other stuff I don't want to get into here because it's none of my business. All right. But to answer your question, my answer is complicated. Does that make sense? I mean, no disrespect. If she could comment on this little podcast, she would say, hey, I don't care what he says. And guess what? Perfectly fine with me. It's perfectly fine if she has that opinion. I'm sure she does. There you go. I'm sorry that answer took a long time. A long time. Toby says Jordan is good in Impact. WWE should be feuding with Reginald. Yep. Yes. Yes. Yeah. All right. So let's get to a few ratings here. We'll get to the TakeOver preview. This week's SmackDown 1.8, up just a scooch from last week's 1.76. Monday Night Raw 1.64, up just a scooch from 1.56 last week, which I think was last week was the entire year's low for that show. Sorry, I didn't show it. There it is. You can read it now. Try it again. This week's SmackDown 1.8 as opposed to 1.76 last week. Raw this week 1.64 compared to 1.56 last week. There's your ratings, kids. Can't beat it. I mean, I guess you can. You can beat this. You can definitely beat this, but not for pro wrestling right now. There you go. Let's talk about NXT in your house preview. Who's ready for in your house? Who's going to watch NXT in your house? Anybody. Let's get to this. Bronson Reed and MSK versus Legado del Fantasma. Winners take all, which means whoever gets pinfalls here, and here, NXT North American Champion and NXT Tag Team Champions. What do you think about this match? I think this match is going to flat out kill it. I think they're going to go in there and they're going to deliver. I'm going to get to Cameron. Everybody relax. I got the button. I'll be ready. I promise you. I've been waiting the whole show to get to Cam. You kidding me? I am. For real. By the way, if you're not a Cameron Grimes fan, what are you doing watching my show? My God in heaven. We are staunch supporters of one Cameron Grimes. I'm just saying. Yep. Brendan says, I don't see Reed losing that title anytime soon. I agree with you. Tina says she's watching. There you go, kids. You going to watch? Huh? Are you? Who's hot garbage? Will says someone's hot garbage. Cam. Oh, that's right. He doesn't like Cam. Well, Will, everyone has their different opinions, and it's okay if you're wrong. Belinda, your opinion is wrong too. It's okay. It's okay to be wrong. Everyone relax. Yes, I'm NXT. Always stands out for me. Where'd you go? There it is. I think this match is going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. What do we think about the NXT Women's Championship? Raquel Gonzalez versus Ember Moon. If Gonzalez were to drop the title here, I think it would be because of Dakota Kai. I don't think it would be because Ember Moon destroys her. Maybe accidentally she gets distracted and gets rolled up or some other such nonsense if the title changes hands. If it does not, then it doesn't. It's whatever. But if it were to change hands, that would be my call. That would be my guess as to what's going to happen. So, yes, we're going to get to Cam. Everybody relax. I got buttons and stuff. Toby says it's Tony's time. Give her the push. There you go. I love Tony Storm. I love Tony Storm a lot more as a babyface than I do a heel, if I'm being straight with you. I'm just calling like I see it. Ray, we'll get to Adam Cole. Relax. We're going to get there. Everybody relax. The matches are coming up on the card. I got to go in order, Jack. I'm not just going to throw main events out there. Main event. Dude, In order, baby, in order. That's what I'm doing up in here. Mercedes Martinez versus Xia Li. I think this is going to be good as well. I'm looking forward to this. I may be looking forward to this more than I am the ladies match, the championship match. Keith says the same thing, basically. Gonzalez will retain, although I don't think it will be a clean finish. I agree with that totally. What do you guys think about Martinez and Xia Li? Jamel says, I think Ember Moon before she got hurt. Now she loses all the time. He's not wrong. I'm doing this in order based on how it's been listed online. That's basically what I'm doing. It may not be in this order. I'm leaving the main events till last. That's my order. How about that? Sugar Shane says, I think Amber would be better as a heel. I'll respectfully disagree with you, Shane. I think she could pull it off. I know she could pull it off. But her image, her look, her gimmick, yeah. We'll see. That's good. Rama says, I take Mercedes for the win. Interesting. I think Xia Li wins this. Toby says, I heard Martinez might be called up to the main to be with Eva Marie. Ooh. Well, there would be a stark contrast in styles if they were to face off, wouldn't it? That'd be different. That'd definitely be different. Now, here's a match everybody's been waiting for. Cameron Grimes versus LA Knight. Ladder match for the $1 Million Championship. Baby, we have finally gotten here. All of you are happy because
Cameron Grimes.
He's going to climb that ladder. He's going to reach for that NXT. He's going to reach for the $1 Million Championship because
I'm going to the moon.
And to all you out there who don't care about that, guess what?
You can kiss my grin.
I'll never not laugh at that picture. Frank says, who's Eva Marie? Exactly. I'm just going to leave it at that. Will says, hope LA Knight sends him to the moon. Toby says, I got Knight winning, but I do love Cameron. I love Cameron so much. We got some serious Cameron Grimes fans here. I'm not playing. I love it. Love it. He's going to fall off the moon. Alma says Cameron Grimes, the win. Cameron Grimes win. Good stuff. And in case you don't know what we're talking about here.
What?
Cameron Grimes is so good at what he does because, as I said before here on the pod, he's in his own little world. It doesn't matter what's going on around him, whether he's challenging for a title or not challenging for a title. Main event, first match, undercard, doesn't make a difference. Off the show, he's still the same character, and he's still intriguing, and he's still funny, and it's still going to work, which is why he has a job in that company to begin with, because he's found something, and it's working. And once you find your niche, once you find your hook, all you got to do is hook him one time. He's hooked him. That's it. That's why it's working. What do you think about Cameron Grimes?
It doesn't matter what you think.
Uh-oh. How you like that? How you like that, baby? Doesn't matter what you think. Unless you love him, and then it's okay.
You can kiss my grin.
God, I love it so much. Jeff says they released Strowman, Black and Riot, but keep Evil. What is it? Brother, I don't know. You're asking the wrong person on that. A lot of what they do doesn't make any sense. Matt says, I like Grimes. He's funny. And I agree. How many times is WWE going to do this emulation crap now again with Eve? She's trash. Doesn't even like the business. Well, I'm not going to say she's trash. If you want to talk about how her gimmick sucks, I'm with you there. But to be fair, we've not seen her gimmick now. We don't really know what she's doing. We'll see. We'll see what we'll see what happens. Moose says, this is my first time tuning in, and I'm loving these Grimes cuts you have. He's great. Dude, isn't he awesome? Have you ever worked with Cameron? Mook, by the way, you ever worked with him? I bet he's a blast to work with in the ring, dude. His stuff just looks good. You know what I mean? I love that he's he's not polished, and I love that about him. He's very much got the Daniel Bryan thing going. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's not polished at all, but man, his stuff looks good. You know, I think it does. I'm not gonna sit here and say he's punishing like Brock Lesnar. I don't mean that kind of good, but I think he's good. You know. Everyone, welcome the boy back to the podcast. Will, I think I'm going to be with you, my friend, holding out my opinion about Eva till after a few weeks. You know what? I'm with you. Let's hold out and see what's going to happen. What's going to happen with her? Jamel says hot garbage. I'm waiting to pass judgment, but hot garbage. Some people think that Eva Marie is 2 words.
Hot garbage.
Now, Mook, you got to like, by the way, Mook's in the chat. Nothing?
I don't know who that is.
Mook, oh, what?
Who is that?
You get a chop for that. He faced Jake Jacobs Saturday night. Mook. Oh my God. This boy. 12-year-old. I forgot. Got the attention span of an 80-year-old man. Are you kidding me? Yikes. I got 2 words for you.
Hot garbage.
That is a fun button. And the kids love it. The kids love this one. Spaceballs quote. The kids love this one. Oh, I've chopped him harder. But let me tell you something, Will. That kid can chop. Don't let him fool you. Don't let that little innocent face fool you. That kid can chop. Nah, son. I'm going to tell him what you said. Son. I'll text him and get him in here. I don't even care. Watch this. This is happening in real time. Isn't that terrible? I got to text my own kid to get him in here.
What?
Oh, I just texted you. Come here. Mook had a response to what you said. That's okay. Tell the boy I will get him later.
No, you won't.
You've been warned, baby.
You won't get me.
Mook, the BTSG versus. We need to get you a ring name. What? Lil Wes? He's a hip hop kid, man. Big time. Lil Wes versus Mook, the BTSG. It's funny because I did that typical dad thing that most dads do with their kids when they rest them on the bed and give them the moves and stuff. You know what I mean? Can't do that now. The bed wouldn't hold us. Crazy. Get him in the ring. Yeah. Shannon, the boy loves, he's all into the hip hop culture, man. And you know what? I'm totally cool with it. I'm not one of those people. You guys know that, right? I mean, come on. I like what I like. He likes what he likes. It's all good, man. That's how we roll up in here. We're not those people. Do you know what I mean? I won't get into any more than that. Let's just say our view of the world and our view of how things are is pretty freaking broad. We're very accepting of all kinds of stuff. Know why? Because it's not my business. You know what I mean? A lot of people who look like me would be well served to know, hey, not everything's your business. You're not in charge of everything. Stop tattletaling all the time. Stop trying to run everyone's life for them. This thing's getting political. Uh-oh. Look out. It's my show. I can do it if I want. I don't really care. Mook, do you rap? Mook, can I be honest with you? Right here in front of everybody. I want a new theme song for the main event. Can you hook me up? I've already got a feeler out to somebody on Twitter, and he's kind of gone dark on me. And his stuff is very good. But if he doesn't come through, even if he does, I might get you if you're available. And I'll pay for services, man. I don't expect anybody to do anything for free, man. So yeah, if that's your thing, dude, I'd love to hear a sample of what you could do for the show because I'm wanting to change things up. I kind of got out of here for a second. My bad. Can we finish with this card? I got wrapped up in other stuff. Let's talk about this main event because Ray, are you still here, Ray? For God's sake, don't leave yet because the button's about to get hit. Karrion Kross versus Kyle O'Reilly. I'm going to use my best commentating voice. Ready? This is my HVW hype voice. Karrion Kross versus Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole versus Pete Dunne versus Johnny Gargano. Fatal 5-way for NXT title. NXT championship match. That'll be NXT in your house. TakeOver. Come on. Shut up. Who you got, kids? Who you got in this? I tell you who Ray Dean's got. Who you got, Ray? Ray's been waiting for that for a long time, and I gave it to him. Ray, I done gave it to you. Ray, I done freaking gave it to you. Ray talking about hello. Ray, I done gave it to you. Ray's picking one guy to win this sucker. One guy only.
What? What?
I entertain myself. Isn't that fun? Shut up. It's fun. But a whole bunch of people are saying that Cross is going to retain. Yeah, I kind of think Cross is going to retain. Sorry, Ray. I'm sorry, Ray. Ray, I'm sorry. But I'll put it to you this way. Did you guys hear the promo he cut on Karrion Kross in the ring? Was it last week or the week before? Oh, my God. I think I tweeted out Jesus, Mary, and Joseph because I couldn't help myself. I'm like, oh, my God, this is on fire. This is legit on fire. God, dude, he burned him down. It was so good. Like, it was so good. Like, it's not real, right? You know what I mean? I'm sure they're bros. What's up, bro? I get it. But, like, dude, it was so good. Like, I'm sorry. At this point, in my opinion, it's how I see it. I think Adam Cole's on a whole other level as everybody in this match. And I love all the guys in this. I really do love all of them. I just think he's operating at a higher frequency right now. He's what dogs can hear. Do you see what I'm saying? He's up here where only dogs can hear him. It's a much different frequency. I'm not even playing. Where do you go from here? Are we talking about main roster? Boy, I don't know. I don't know, man. We'll see. Toby says, though, if they want to take the belt off Cross, a 5-way is perfect. He doesn't have to be pinned. Very well said. Absolutely. Very well said. Wait, what button? I still haven't done the ding dong hello, have I? Everybody's been asking for the ding dong hello. Yeah, Victor, I'm so sorry, dude. I got to do that, man. I've been incredibly busy. It's not an excuse. It's kind of an excuse. I've been incredibly busy. But I kept you guys waiting for a long time for buttons. My apologies for making you wait forever for buttons. By the way, we mentioned Big Dust earlier, the American Dream today, 6 years since he's been gone. In his honor.
That's hard time.
Greatest promo of all time. We can disagree. You can disagree if you want to, but I still think it's the greatest promo I've ever heard. And personally, the pipe bomb's up there. It really is. But I mean, that's, man, it still gives me chills to this day. The only roster I want Cole on is AEW. Vince would ruin him. I mean, Toby, a lot of people agree with that. I think the DOG's in the house.
Yep.
I hear him clip-clopping along. There he is, kids. Let's take my name down so you people can see him. There he is. He loves it. He doesn't even know it's on camera. The DOG has no idea.
He's already out of breath.
He's always out of breath. You kidding me? He stands up, he's out of breath. He's a fat little doggy. You need to do a button for the guy from the acclaimed AEW. When he got punched in the face a few weeks ago, that was funny. The scream. That is pretty good. I have to be honest. Why? I'm not taking you anywhere. Have you asked your mom?
She ain't gonna take us.
She said she might. We may all be getting out of here. There's a big, beautiful world out there, kids. You got to get out there and enjoy the weather.
Well, the cat's in here too.
Is he? He won't stay long. Cat's in here. He won't get up on the futon. If he does, wouldn't that be fun? Whole freaking family's up in this room right now, man. I got cousins going to come by later. You kidding me? Going to have a barbecue up in the office. Who's got the ribs? If I invited all you good people to a barbecue, would you come? Be honest. I don't eat like that anymore. But if I did, all of you would be invited, and I'd eat 2 burgers. I don't eat burgers anymore. I behave now. Toby said it's raining in Southern Virginia. Oh, Ray. Oh, come here. Ray Dean has to know who's the boy's favorite rapper.
baby.
Little baby. Oh, please tell me you made that up.
No, I didn't.
Little baby. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. All right, there's your NXT card, kids. Let's hit some ratings, then open that floor wide open so you can jump on in. This week, AEW. There's my best Toriano. Ready? There we go. Because it hasn't happened. Because it happens tonight. I'll tell you this. Last week, AEW, 462,000. Wanna know why? No one's looking for it if it's not on Wednesday nights. Is this cause for concern? You would think that AEW fans, if they're that committed to the product, would watch on a Friday night, wouldn't they? Despite what night of the week it is, wouldn't they go find it and watch it? I had to ask myself if they would, because evidently they don't. It's up against other stuff, and I get it, but still, yikes. NXT this week, 669 up, just a minuscule scoosh up from last week's 668. And that leads to the open floor. So, what you got for me? What you guys want to talk about up in here? Mook says Little Baby is definitely the go. Well, now maybe you won't chop him as hard, since you guys evidently are on the same page. I gotta be honest with you, man. I'm just not into modern hip hop. I do love the old school stuff. I mean, I love the old school stuff. I just can't get into the new stuff. Jay-Z is about as new as I get, if I'm being straight with you. I'm just being real. That's just how I feel, man. I still can't get into the new stuff. My kid loves it. Loves it. All right. Shane says, Jean-Claude Van Damme or Steven Seagal, who you got? Well, since Van Damme's in much better shape, still, I'll have to go Van Damme. So, there you go. Alma's coming to the cookout, kids. She's bringing the homemade macaroni salad. Well, there you go. I'll be having that. I love macaroni salad. You kidding me? I wonder how many people are recording AEW and it doesn't count for viewers. Does it? Does it not count? I don't know. I'm not done enough work to figure that the dog is grooming himself. Can you see this? You hear him? It's funny. Nas or Rakim. And when Adam Cole wins the belt, you can FaceTime me. Did you say FaceTime? I'll go with Eric B and Rakim. I've never been much of a Nas guy. No disrespect. I've just never been really much into him. Recording doesn't count. Well, there you go. That's a good point, man. That's a good point. Shannon says, what was your favorite match at Double or Nothing? I really like Cage and Hangman. Yeah. I got to be honest, man. I might have to go with Mox and Kingston. Dude, listen, if you guys don't know by now, I'm a John Moxley guy. I'm going to get that shirt made. Is there a shirt that says I'm a John Moxley guy? I'm a Moxley guy. You kidding me? If there is, I'm buying it. By the way, folks, keep your eyes open. Tom Clark's Pods. Tom Clark Pods. That's the store name. As of right, I'm not going to tell you where it's at because it may be in flux, but I'm going to have the online store up hopefully by this time next Friday. So if you'd like a shirt, bam. All you got to do is go to I'll put the link up and everything. Go order your shirt, baby. Make it happen. I get a portion. I'm not doing this to get money. Can I be honest with you? I'm not really doing this to get money. I'm doing all this because it's can I be honest? It's cool to see the logo out there. It would be cool to bump into somebody who's wearing a t-shirt. That'd be awesome. I'm just saying. Yeah, Moxley's suspended, right? Toby said my favorite was the Doctor taking her rightful place as the true face. Yeah, it was a very good match. Very good match. Ray, you better buy a shirt, brother. Much as I give you that button. You people buy shirts from me, and I'll give you any freaking button you want. You name it, I'll do the button. I don't care. Don't think I won't cheapen my product just to sell a shirt. You kidding me? Hey, listen, I'm for sale to the highest bidder. It's like, what was it Nathan said? I've been trying to sell out for years. I just got to find the right buyer. That's all. I got a price. Believe that, okay? I definitely got a price. Everyone's got a price. Guilty. I'm for sale, baby. Believe that. Will says pending the shirt. Don't you be worried about the shirt, Will. Buy the shirt, Will. Talking about pending the shirt. Pending. What's pending, Will? What do you think I'm going to do? Sell you a shirt that says huge Cameron Grimes fan on the back? I'm not. I could. I'm not. If I was, what are you going to do about it? Nothing. Buy the shirt, Will. Good God, pending the shirt. My shirts will be quality. Trust me when I tell you that. You'll love them. You'll love them all day, every day. Good stuff. I love how the DOG's hanging out. He hasn't hung out with me in a long time up here. By the way, kids, I'm continuing to work on the internet part of this deal. I still am not happy with the video quality of this thing. I tried hardlining in with an Ethernet cable, and it didn't exactly do great. So I might have to do something else. I might have to call the good people at Spectrum and see if I can get something happening. And he's down. You know, I can't open the door from here. I'm stuck. Couple more. Let's take it home. Because it's 1:13. I got stuff to do. Man. Oh, I'll have hats. I think I'll have hats. Will I have a hat? I'm pretty sure I'll have a hat. Yeah. Phone cases, coffee mugs, travel mugs. Yeah. Even laptop covers. Bam. No, I can't put Adam Cole on the shirt. That kind of stuff is copyrighted, yo. And if it wasn't, all day with the Cole, baby. Nothing on Kelly, Chris. I keep hoping. Maybe she'll pop up on the NWA show. Boy, wouldn't that be money? I'd love that. You kidding me? I need some female buttons on here, babe. I need some serious female buttons on this pod because I got none. You kidding me? How sad is that? I got nothing. It's ridiculous. How dare I talk about equality? Mean a hot garbage t-shirt? JD's asking for a hot garbage t-shirt. By the way,
Hot garbage.
That's Kofi. By God, Kingston, in case you don't know. Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah. Put my logo on the front, hot garbage on the back. People are like, what in the world are you wearing? It's a podcast and it's hot garbage. No, don't tell them that. They'll be like, I'm never going to listen to it. If it's that bad, I'm not going to do it. Yikes. Don't make that happen. All right, kids, we've been going long. Guess what? We're going to be back next Friday. Okay. In the meantime, before everybody goes, don't anybody go anywhere. Tom Clark's 6M podcast. We focus on movies, music, Marvel, magazines, miniseries, and more. It's an umbrella pod for all things geek culture / nerd life. And I highly encourage you to go check it out. We do everything under the sun, everything that falls under the umbrella. And by the way, the word more is pretty freaking big. Yes. So we cover all kinds of stuff. So if you're into that kind of geek culture nonsense, man, we got the pod for you, and I dig it. It's fun. Trust me. I have different guest hosts on the show. Phil and I have been recording together for quite some time now. Phil's in Chicago, and Mr. Phil Lindsay, go give him a follow on social media. I read his tweet to you earlier. Phil's a great guy. And yeah, man, it's good stuff. So yeah, by all means, please go check it out. I would appreciate it. All my pods are free. By the way, I'm going to have merch for the 6M podcast as well. So I'll have that too. So please feel free to check that out as well. I think I'm going to get out of here. Listen, kids, I appreciate everybody hanging in there with us. Thank you as always for watching. It means loads to me. I do appreciate it very much. You guys are the best. I missed you last week. I'm glad we got to hang out again this week. I'll be back a week from today. Same Tom time, same Tom channel. Oh, man, that's cute. I'm going to run with that. Don't tell me you didn't like that. If you say you didn't like that, you're lying, and don't lie. You know what Mom always said? Lord hates a liar, and that's the truth. So watch what you say. All right. I'm getting out of here, kids. We'll see you next time, everybody. Have a great week. Tom Clark's Main Event.